Eric and Tim, good morning. A big day with a lot of questions here in the state of Connecticut. Connecticut becoming the 19th state in the country to legalize recreational marijuana. And we are fortunate to have Andy Glassman with us this morning with Pullman and Comley. And Andy, you've been tackling this issue for years at this point. The day is here. Folks waking up at home, they've heard so much about this. Kind of paraphrase what this law means. What does it mean for folks at home, for users, that sort of thing?
Well, it's been a long time coming, since 2012 when we had the medical marijuana program, and just only that program. And people have been waiting. And for people at home, what it does is it effectively normalizes the use of marijuana recreationally, similar to what you would find in the use of alcohol. So people can partake at home. They can partake mostly in private settings. There is a lot of regulation about public use of marijuana. A lot of the municipalities will control what happens on that basis, but it's another form of recreational use of, I mean, it's an intoxicant, but it's a recreational use that allows people who are sort of have that view that marijuana is something they'd rather do or use in addition to alcohol to participate at home in the private setting. And just like, again, alcohol, cigarette smoking, if those are the activities that you're engaged in.
All right, and I know a lot of folks are curious about business. What does this mean for business on that front, and what do we know at this point?
Well, if it follows suit with the other states, it's going to be a significant boon to business in the state of Connecticut. You're going to have various types of licenses that are going to be out there that are not available today. Right now we have dispensers, we have growing facilities, but now we're going to change the nomenclature, but we're going to have cultivation facilities, small and large. We're going to have retail sales, we're going to have transportation businesses, we're going to have home delivery businesses. So there is some excitement around that, and we're getting a lot of calls already about the potentiality for new and exciting businesses.
And I know you're back in your office here in downtown Hartford, so many folks returning to the office. What does this mean for the workplace?
Well, that's an interesting question as well, because a lot of employers are worried. Again, we're getting a lot of calls about what is an employer supposed to do. But if you think of other intoxicants in the workplace, the same rules will apply. It creates a new category. I know people are worried about detection and use in the workplace, but effectively, if someone is a recreational user not in the workplace, it's going to be treated similarly to alcohol. Alcohol consumption, alcohol intoxication, workplace performance are all going to be relevant issues, and the employer is going to have to get some additional training and focus on how do I deal with the employee who on weekends or evenings participates in the use of marijuana.
Andy Glassman with Pullman and Comley. We are just starting this conversation. We're going to be talking about it all morning long. We appreciate your expertise and insight on this front. Tim and Eric, I do want to point out, coming up in our next hour, what does this all mean from a public health perspective? I will hear from the public health lead in the city of New Haven as well. There are a lot of issues to get to this morning. We'll cover as much as we can. You can send your questions our way, share61@fox61.com. But for now, live in downtown Hartford this morning, where the heat wave is over. I'm Keith McGilvery, Fox 61 News.